Coming up next on We Are Marshall Today, football season is still in full swing, but Thunder and Herd basketball is warming up. We'll have a preview.
Plus, the nation's economic engine is sputtering along. We'll have some tips on finding a job. These stories and more up next on We Are Marshall Today.
Hello and welcome to We Are Marshall Today. I'm Dan Hollis.
And I'm Leah Clark Payne. Approximately 37 miles to the northeast of Marshall's Huntington campus is its Mid-Ohio Valley Center in Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
And Leah, this center is a busy hub for hundreds of students working toward their college degrees. More in this report from Dave Traub.
Marshall's Mid-Ohio Valley Center, or MOVC, is home to about 800 college students. They're admitted through the same process as students attending school on the Huntington campus, but often never set foot in Cabell County. In fact, MOVC Administrator Homer Priest says there are 2 degrees which may be earned entirely at the Point Pleasant location.
The BSN, the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and we offer the RBA. Those are the 2 undergraduate programs that you can get here in its entirety. But we also offer several graduate degrees. And those, I'm proud of all of them that we're doing, but we're very excited about those opportunities.
Those opportunities have risen greatly since the center's inception in the mid-1990s, when the idea was conceived for Marshall to have a presence in the Mid-Ohio Valley area.
I really look at it as a wonderful partnership that we have between the area residents and the university, and I think that we all benefit from this.
MOVC is known for its outreach to the community, and Priest says that connection has led many non-traditional students to return to the classroom.
We've been able to attract a lot of non-traditional people to our programs, but the students, because of the economy and different factors, they are taking a look at us now as a good place as a traditional 18-year-old to come.
For more information on MOVC, visit marshall.edu/MOVC. For We Are Marshall Today, I'm Dave Traub.
Joining us now is the Dean of the College of Health Professions, Dr. Michael Prewitt. Thank you for being here.
Good morning.
You are brand new to Marshall University's campus, so tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here at the university.
Well, I'm pretty new. I've been here since July this past year, and moved from the University of Missouri in Columbia, having been there about 35 years. Served in many capacities. My background's in respiratory care. Was a practitioner for about 5 years early on, and then moved into administration. Lately, before I left the university, the past 7 years I was on campus in central administration before coming to Marshall.
And you're the Dean of the College of Health Professions, so
yes.
Tell me what what programs that encompasses.
Well, we have quite an offering of programs, both at the undergraduate and graduate level. And I just go to kind of run through the list quickly, but clinical laboratory science, which is medical technologies, cytotechnology, which are laboratory-based practitioners who work with diagnostics screening for laboratory tests, and probably over 70% of the tests that doctors use to identify disease comes from these laboratories.
Okay.
Cytotechnology works more closely with cellulars level with cancers, things like that. We have communication science disorders program, which is a speech and hearing program at the undergrad and graduate level. Works with a variety of clients from preschool to geriatric in health and hearing disorders. We have a really good program in dietetics. It's a food and nutrition program, and as you know, it's linked with exercise. Is very important, particularly in this area, the tri-state area in West Virginia. Training students to help work with practitioners, either nurses or athletic trainers, in helping provide people with what improve their life, the chronic disease, particularly in diabetes, and so forth. We have a really wide variety of nursing programs at the undergrad and graduate level. We have the generic Bachelor of Nurse program. We have Masters in Family Nurse Practitioner, Midwife program, and Nurse Educator program. And then we have a really good program that's going to be coming up soon in physical therapy that we're pretty happy about and kind of glad. It went through the approval process before I arrived, and we're working on the candidacy program right now for accreditation. Won't actually begin, if we're approved by the American Physical Therapy Association, it'll begin May of 12. we'll start taking our first class. And we have a huge school in kinesiology that was transferred from the College of Education right before my arrival. And it has a variety of programs ranging from athletic training, kinesiology, exercise science, sports medicine, health and PE, and offers a variety of undergraduate and graduate programs in that area as well. So we have a wide variety, and we have some new programs beginning in this spring. We have a Master's in Health Informatics that will begin.
Now, what health informatics, what is that?
Is primarily, it's a health profession it's kind of got a kind of component of IT, where people mainly work in hospital settings and healthcare settings, sort of bridging that gap between health information and the technology associated with that use of it.
Okay.
It could be data collection, it could be electronic medical records, it could be archiving different kinds of data, whether it be in the library or medical records, so forth like that.
So
it'll be a great program. Yeah, it's going to be a really neat program.
Well, you mentioned physical therapy, and we'll get back to that in just a second, but I did want to talk about nursing for just one moment. Fantastic program here in nursing, and you have a lot of students, a lot of potential students getting into that. Speak to undergraduate students or even high school students who might have an interest in nursing or something within the health profession. How do they know that they really want to pursue that?
Typically students who enter the health professions are those who really like working with people, as compared with working with things or working in a laboratory as much, or with other kinds of things professionally or in a major. They really like science. They've got a strong, and particularly based on how much science, some students like a lot of science, what I call the hard sciences in physics and chemistry and so forth, might move towards the medical technology degrees and so forth. Those who, in physical therapy, and those with maybe less of a mind for the hard sciences, but still like science and working with people, might move towards social work or the other kinds of health professions that we have, nursing, some others. But the big key is they kind of like hands-on training. They like working with people in real settings, and they like that. Some migrate towards the fact that they like working in a hospital setting, helping people. It's all about helping people, whether it's could be in a hospital setting or it could be outpatient as well.
All right. So you're laying the foundation right now also for physical therapy, and give me a quick timeline for that program.
Well, we're going through the candidacy period now, and once we get approval, we'll have a short site visit, probably latter part of this year, from the PT Association, and once they give us the green light for that we have all our resources and people in place, then we'll start accepting or doing our applications and kind of letting people know, advertise the program more widely. Right. It's a 4+3 program, which means students who enter the program already have a bachelor's degree.
Okay.
And they'll be three years post-bachelor's degree. And it's what they call a clinical doctorate in physical therapy, a DPT program.
Okay, that's great.
And it'll be we'll start in May of 12 with their cadaver lab. Well, they'll be in a summer cadaver lab for that 8-week period.
Well, I imagine the job market for students who graduate with any type of a healthcare degree is wide open.
Yeah, it really is. A lot of these professions have been called recession-proof to some degree, although maybe some of the hiring slowed down during the time that our economy's been kind of down. For most times, students are able to get jobs. It may be a little bit longer, or they may have to go outside their area that they thought they wanted to live. But jobs are plentiful, particularly in nursing. The shortage and the rotation, the attrition out of nursing profession, and the older folks retiring from nursing, and then physical therapy. We were talking with Health South folks some time ago, and it took them 18 months to find a physical therapist. They had to recruit internationally to find one.
Wow. So it is wide open. I know you guys are always working to make sure that what you're offering is cutting edge. What does the future look like for the College of Health Professions?
Well, I'd like to see us move more into what I would call interdisciplinary healthcare, particularly as it relates to training our students. Many times, a lot of health profession students receive a lot of training, but they do so in isolation. But when they graduate, they're expected to work as a team, and I want to really sort of increase that here, and particularly move some of our educational offerings into the community where we're working with clients in real settings in a team approach. And we've visited folks in southern West Virginia, and we'll probably be working with some community hospitals and some of the coal mines in the future in terms of providing health screenings and on-site work analysis and so forth.
Well, fantastic.
Very exciting.
We are glad you're here. Welcome to Marshall.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And before we go to the break today, let's see what's going on with the College of Fine Arts.
I'm Jay Ike with the College of Fine Arts at Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia. For the rest of the semester in the Burke Art Gallery, we'll be showcasing student exhibitions. The Foundation's Portfolio Review will begin in late October. The Portfolio Review is an opportunity for foundation-level art students to hang their work in a gallery. For many of them, it'll be the first time their work has been shown professionally. The Burke Art Gallery is located on Marshall's campus in Smith Hall. It is open Monday through Friday, 10 to 4 p.m., and Monday evenings from 6 to 8 p.m. If you have any questions about the upcoming student exhibitions, you can call me at 304-696-3296.
As you think about your future, who's your competition? Who are your chief competitors? I notice some of you looking to your right and left at your neighbors. You need to think bigger, much bigger. Choose Marshall University. Big enough to matter, small enough to care. Immerse yourself in your learning. Connect with your professors. And have fun learning. That's important too. Find your passion. Pursue your dreams. Marshall University.
The Marshall University community now has access to another mode of transportation around Huntington. Bicycles are available through a loan program launched by the university's Sustainability Department. Director Margie Phillips says the goal of the new program is to give the Marshall community a chance to both reduce carbon emissions from cars and get a little exercise in the process.
The program actually is designed to help us save on our carbon footprint, look at the environment here in the Huntington area. It's also to help students, faculty, and staff live a more healthy lifestyle by utilizing the bicycle instead of a car.
A limited number of bicycles will be available 7 days a week. You can check them out at the Marshall Rec Center. While there is no usage fee, there is an application process. The weather certainly is still nice enough to ride bikes, but the cough and cold season is just around the corner. The annual flu season peaks in January and February, but flu shot clinics are already underway, like this one at the Henderson Center. Marshall University health officials say flu clinics will be available several times in the next few months, but through the Cabell Huntington Health Department. According to the CDC, predicting the severity of a flu season is difficult, but they say this year's season is expected to include the H1N1 strain again.
A group of mine safety experts from China recently traveled to Marshall University for a first-hand look at the visualization lab located in the Weisberg Family Engineering Building. The group is in the U.S. learning about mine safety and rescue operations. Marshall's 3D visualization lab is helping students and researchers develop mine safety procedures in a digital environment. The Viz Lab was completed in 2008 as part of the U.S. mining industry project. Students who plan to participate in this year's winter commencement have the chance to wrap up some graduation details in early November. The annual graduation celebration is scheduled for November 2nd and 3rd in the Don Morris Room of the Student Center. The two-day event brings together the Registrar's Office, Alumni Relations, Financial Aid, and other services for graduating students to finalize their plans. A photographer is also available.
Before you can graduate from college, you must first make the decision to attend. And that's exactly what thousands of area high school students were investigating in October as Marshall University hosted its annual college fair. Approximately 70 colleges attended the fair, which attracted students from Cabell, Wayne, and Lincoln counties in West Virginia. Marshall offers the college fair as a way to expose area high school students to opportunities available to them. School to career can be a tough transition, particularly in today's economy.
That's right, Dan, but Marshall's Career Services has made the road a little easier. Marshall University graduate Benji Wooten is smiling a lot these days. The 2007 graduate is working full-time for Federated Insurance and now is back on campus recruiting for his company. This fall's career fair brings Wooten full circle. It was here a few years ago that Career Services helped Wooten land his job with Federated. It's a relationship Wooten says is important for all students to develop.
And getting you on the right path, getting you in front of the right people, whether it's helping you with your resume, they do just in general etiquette training and business attire and things like that. It goes a long way. And once you do get further in the interview process, the people that hire you might give you tips along the way, and those are things that I know I heard before I even got in the interview process. So I feel like I had a leg up on a lot of people as far as the information I was getting at Marshall.
Assistant Director of Outreach for Career Services, Debbie Stoller, says her office is consistently tracking students who are hired through her office.
We have an evaluation for our employers, and we use those evaluations and we try to touch base with them to see if they have hired anyone, if they receive some good candidates for consideration, and we try to record the placement. If the employer lets us know, we record placement. We have several alums here today with some of these tables who actually got their job by coming to the Career Expo.
Career Services offers career advising, resume development, mock interviews, and most importantly, job search and networking assistance like career fairs and expos.
We do have a separate educator expo as well, which will be, I believe it's the second week in March. We do that strictly for the education majors. The spring career expo will be just like this one. It will be an all-inclusive fair.
Students, faculty, and staff, and even alumni are eligible for assistance at Career Services. Visit them at their Fifth Avenue location or on the web at marshall.edu.
And joining us now is Marshall's Director of Military and Veteran Affairs, Kelly Sweetman. Kelly, thanks for being here. First of all, I guess just tell us a little bit about yourself and your role here at Marshall.
Okay, I'm actually a New Zealander. I came to America about 8 years ago to take up a faculty position. Absolutely fell in love with America and stayed on here and have been working in education here ever since.
And your role here at Marshall?
I'm the Military and Veterans Affairs Director here. And I work with veterans who are transitioning out of the service and coming to higher education. And I also work with students on campus who choose to join the service or just simply want information about going into the service and help support them.
I wonder if you would just tell us a little bit about veterans on campus. How many do we have, that kind of thing?
Last week the count was 589 for people who are collecting their VA benefits, and this can also be children because a lot of the benefits are now transferable, so they can be service members' children that are here. And then of course on top of that we have service members here who are no longer eligible for benefits, so we would definitely be over the 600 mark combining it.
Are there any attributes of maybe a typical veteran?
Working with the veteran population, you hear common threads or common stories that they will seem to share. A lot of it is getting used to transitioning out of the military, the structured life, being told what to do, when to do it, and then you get here on campus and you're pretty much you're on your own to a certain extent, and that's what a lot of them were finding. Just that sudden free time, and not having someone there on them telling them what to do, and that is a huge transition.
What role does higher education play in veterans' lives, and how important is it?
I think it's just as important for veterans as it is for civilians. The job market is very tough out there. They're coming out of the services, they want to have careers. Some of them are only doing 3-4 years. Some of them intended to stay in the services longer, but they've unfortunately suffered injuries. And so they want to secure their future, and they see education as making them able to do that.
Let's talk some time about the unique challenges, perhaps, that veterans have as related to regular college students.
We're seeing more and more PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome, injuries that our service members are sustaining in Iraq and Afghanistan. And these can be anything from gunshot wounds to cages in their back. I've had students with titanium in their legs.
Is there anything that professors or administrators can do that might help the transition for veterans?
Absolutely, particularly when it comes to our veterans who have been injured or sustained things like post-traumatic stress syndrome. And at Marshall, what we're doing is we're running workshops to help our professors to understand the unique challenges that these service members face. And that can be anything from having a comfortable chair in the classroom if they've had injuries. We're getting a lot of back injuries and things from the IEDs, which are a big concern. PTSD, one of the things that the veterans will tell you is they don't like being in big crowds and they don't like people behind them. So we're educating our professors to make sure that those service members are able to sit at the back of the classroom or sit near a door that if they start to feel anxiety, that they can leave without disrupting the class. So yeah, we're really working with them, and they've really come on board and been very positive about it.
Well, what other kinds of things do you do with veterans to help them become part of the university?
We want them to engage in activities. We know that even with civilian students, the more involved you are on campus, the higher your chances of being successful as a student. And the veterans, they like to have the camaraderie of the other veterans, so they've got some things going. We have a student organisation, Vets for Vets, which is fantastic. They just took a shooting team away, and one of our veterans, Andrew Ween, actually got second in the tournament. They did have a football team going, and I believe they're planning on running some events. So we have a lot going on for them to join in.
And it's important for the traditional students to have a veteran in class, or it's that unique perspective that veterans might bring to the class.
Absolutely. Because a lot of these students have come straight from high school. I actually had a student that had told me they had never even met someone in a uniform, which is very interesting today because we have such a large military. So for them to meet these veterans rather than seeing our service members on TV, we've all seen combat scenes, things like that, for them to meet them and know that, you know, this is someone's brother or someone's son, and just to put that face and that identity into place for these students, for them to realise that, you know, these are real people.
And there's probably a bigger point too, that these veterans did so much for us.
Absolutely.
That we as a university can do things to help them.
Absolutely. And Marshall is very proud, as is West Virginia as a state in general, are very proud of our service members, and we're honoured when they come here. And we want them to come to Marshall because we really feel that that makes us as an institution a better place.
Let's talk a little bit about something that I know you have coming up, Toys for Tots.
Toys for Tots, something we're very excited about. Marshall is teaming up with the United States Marine Corps. I'm sure everyone's familiar with the campaign. The whole idea is to get toys out to children who normally would not have it this holiday season. We're going to have the boxes here, people can drop off here. And then within Marshall, the department that collects the most toys, or the student organisation, whether it be a sorority or a fraternity, get to do the $10,000 shopping spree at Toys R Us. So it's something that we're hoping that all the students get behind us. I believe in the last consensus it came out that 23% of our children in West Virginia live in poverty. So without the Marines doing this, a lot of our children will go without this holiday season. So we're going to pull together as a community and get this done.
How can veterans or anybody interested get in contact with you?
My office is in 133 Laidley Hall. And then my email is sweetman@marshall.edu. And then the phone number is 304-696-5278.
Kelly, thanks for being here. We just appreciate you.
It's wonderful to be here. Thank you.
And before we go to break today, let's meet another member of the Marshall University alumni family. Stephanie Williams graduated from Marshall in 2004 with an undergraduate degree in education. She received her master's degree in 2006 from Marshall as well. Stephanie lives in Beckley, West Virginia, and teaches reading at Mapscott Elementary. Stephanie Williams, another member of the Marshall University alumni family, spreading the word about the herd.
From the classroom straight to your computer.
I teach international marketing online 100%. I conduct this class from my office, from my home, and it is 24/7 available to students across the country. I would say this has been one of the most challenging and rewarding experiences, not only for me, for my students as well.
Nationally accredited, affordable, convenient. MU Online.
Prescription drug abuse and misuse is a serious problem. Taking inappropriately prescribed medication is just as dangerous and deadly as street drugs. So it's important for you to know it is illegal for you to share your medication or take medication prescribed to someone else.
The Marshall faithful got their first glimpse of men's basketball under the direction of new head coach Tom Harrion.
The team was recently introduced to fans and the media, followed by some action on the hardwood.
I'm more confident today than I was 6 months ago that I'm in the right place at the right time with the right people. And I'm very lucky to have great support administratively. I'm very fortunate and blessed, and I know this as a head coach, to have a great staff that surrounds that I surround myself with every day. That takes a lot of pressure off of me. And I'm pleased with where we're at as a program and our players.
We've been working a lot on rebounding, finishing, and playing way harder. We play more physical and harder than what we did in the past few years. And our chemistry, we're trying to work harder and it's the most important thing we have right now, our chemistry, because we have so many new people coming up in the team.
Coming here, I already knew it was a good fan environment. I just wanted to get out here with my teammates, just, play around a little bit, really give the fans something they wanted to see. And, I love the fans already. I haven't been here too long, and I just really enjoy it here.
Coach Aaron, he wants us to be more physical, get up and down more. I just say we just need to adjust, really. We're just more of an adjusting right now. I mean, the team's still coming together. We got a lot of new faces, a lot of new bodies, so everybody just still getting to know each other, really.
No pity, hard nose. Go hard or go home. That's how Coach carries it. He don't want to hear no excuses, say they're monumental of nothing. He just wants you to get the best effort and come with energy.
And we are looking forward to the season.
Coming up on the next We Are Marshall Today, we'll take you to Marshall's new Clinical and Outreach Center in Chapmanville, West Virginia, scheduled for opening this winter. That's all for today's show. I'm Dan Hollis.
And I'm Leah Clark Payne. Thank you for watching.
At Marshall University, you can get all the information and resources you need right at your fingertips, from schedules to flexible courses to friendly student resources. From the MyMU portal, you can search for classes to fit your needs, register, and even pay tuition, all with the click of a button. But that's not all you can do within MyMU. MyMU also provides a list of key resources for students. Convenient and affordable, MU Online offers a variety of class choices to fit your needs. Access e-courses or supplemental materials from MU Online. MU Online also offers virtual classrooms where you can participate in class from any location with an internet connection. At Marshall University, we make information, resources, and service a priority. Through MyMU and MU Online, you have all the resources you need right at your fingertips.